On Monday, Nintendo announced that Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC is coming on December 7th. Just like I did ahead of Wave 2, I want to play a game of ABC or trash. How this works is I predict how good or bad each new track coming to the game in a few weeks will be. I was fairly good with my predictions ahead of Wave 2, except for Sydney Sprint. First up, we have 4 tracks in the Rock Cup, and I'll start with Peach Gardens, and I think it'll be a solid B. I had the privilege to play the original form of Peach Gardens during my kind of recent Mario Kart DS playthrough. Obviously, Peach Gardens has gotten a huge upgrade visually, and I think it does look pretty good. Peach Gardens is a fun track with multiple paths you can take, chain chomps, and just a delightful theme overall. My only hesitation with Peach Gardens is how will it race? And what I mean by that is, will it be fun to race with friends and others online, or will it be a total slog that just puts a boring race with some nice scenery? I'm thinking Toad's Turnpike here. Anyways, that remains to be seen. I suppose this track could be seen as average when we compare it to others that we'll be talking about here in this video. Next, we have London Loop, and gosh, this music is absolutely epic. Nintendo has made me a believer in city tracks after Sydney Sprint, New York Minute, Paris Promenade, and yes, even Tokyo Blur. With this in mind, I will say that London Loop is going to be a solid B. Nintendo has put some work into this track. I mean, look how they toned down the sky from Mario Kart Tour to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Am I a bit bummed about another track where you race on a city road? Yes. And that's what could make this track average. But with this bumping soundtrack and my faith in Nintendo on city tracks, I think people will like it. Boo Lake is coming to the Rock Cup, and that's where my first C grade or average grade comes into play in this video. Now I know what my regular viewers are thinking. Alex, you are saying it's going to be average because you don't like Boo. And rest assured, I set aside my bias for this opinion. Look, I just played this track in Mario Kart Tour, and nothing really stood out to me. Oh, is that a Bully Bee? All right, Bully Bee, take me to where I need to go. Take me to the promised land. All right, here we go. Oh, what? Boo Lake will have underwater sections, which admittedly don't do too much to excite me. But I will say it's refreshing to see Nintendo return to its roots with this track. We only have one Boo-themed track currently in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is Twisted Mansion. Mario Kart has featured tracks like Banshee Boardwalk since the very beginning, so it's great to have another track that will be fun to play around Halloween. Oh, and that reminds me, why wasn't this track released during Wave 2 before Halloween? Anyways, I should stop being critical of that decision and appreciate that we're getting another new track to the game. We wrap up the Rock Cup with a track that just makes too much sense. Rock Mountain. And what I want to say to this is, what happened with those graphics? I'm giving it a C grade with the potential to be an A. I'm very disappointed with the cartoony look of the track. It gives me those Wave 1 vibes. Rock Mountain was one of the feature tracks from Mario Kart 7, a game I speak fondly of all the time. I mean, what's cooler than traveling up a mountain, avoiding some big boulders, and gliding off a mountain near a forest? It could be truly magical, but dang, I just wish it looked a bit different. Still, this soundtrack, it's gonna be a rockin' time, guys. Transitioning over to the Moon Cup, I'll start with Merry Mountain, and here we have our first A of the video. Once again, the music sets the tone. Gosh, it's so good, so good. Add in absolutely immaculate theming, half pipes that were prevalent from the Wii, a sleigh that I want to somehow land on, and you have a track that I'm absolutely stoked for. Merry Mountain should be a blast to play around the holidays. I've never raced on this track before, so I suppose it has some potential to be worse than an A, but let's be honest, I'm just super excited to go out there and play it. Berlin Byways is next, and I'll give it a solid B. I sound like a broken record, but this music, oh my gosh. I love how you can bounce off this swamp and drive in the subway car. There's just a lot of cool things happening in Berlin that I think will be a lot of fun to play on. Once again, I'm bummed to be driving on another standard road, but I get it. Berlin is a city track, and cities have roads. Maple Treeway, what do you think I'm gonna rate it? An A, of course. It's Maple Treeway. It's a true gem that has terrific theming and calm music while putting on absolutely competitive races too. I can only imagine coming down to the final stretch of Maple Treeway in a 200cc race. Honestly, it gets a bit squirrely on 150cc, so I can only imagine the shenanigans on 200cc. The visual upgrade is all we needed here. And oh yeah, that half pipe. Last, we have the true gem that everyone is excited for, Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7. Friends, this is the easiest A ever, like super easy. My favorite thing that they have done with this track is the look of the racing surface. You aren't racing on the bright rainbows that literally hurt your eyes each time you hit the track. Instead, you are looking at a cool, majestic, fast racing surface that just looks so awesome. You race near planets, you race on Saturn's rings, you race on the moon, all while listening to an iconic theme that brings joy to everyone. What more could you want with this track? I've been asking for Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7 to return for a long time, and what a mighty return it is. Well, that'll do it for this game of ABC or Trash. I don't think any of these tracks are absolute hot garbage, so kudos to Nintendo for hitting what seems to be another home run. Wave 1 was not that great. Wave 2 was amazing. And Wave 3 could be as good as Wave 2 or maybe even better. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of the new tracks coming to Wave 3? Which ones are you the most excited about? That's all I got for this video, guys. So until next time, take care. See you later and have a good day.